So when that long monologue came, and when he gave the shot, and Vikram and Anurag both have been very encouraging as well as very very critical about Harsh. They both, and they do it more out of love so that he becomes better and better. And so they both started was सबकी अनुराग ने ताली बजाई, विक्रम आके पहली बार इसको जाके हक कर लिया। तो मेरे को अनुराग हर्ष बोलता है, यार पूरे भावेश जोशी में इसने आज तक इतने प्यार से मेरे से बात ही नहीं की और हक किया। सो देयर दी आई सॉ व्हाट ही इज केपेबल ऑफ। लोगों को एक गलत इंप्रेशन है कि बहुत सीरियस है, इंट्रोवर्ट है, समटाइम परसेप्शंस, जैसे मेरे बारे में पहले कुछ परसेप्शन था, फिर चेंज हुआ, फिर चेंज हुआ, हर 10 साल में चेंज होता रहता है। एंड इनके बारे में ऐसा था, तो जब मैंने देखा कि इस तरह इन्होंने वो सीन किया विच वाज सो फनी, एंड आई वाज हैप्पी दैट द एंटायर मीडिया, all the critics and everybody just praised his work, and they loved what he did. तो कहीं ना कहीं रिलीफ भी था और खुशी भी थी, and I was proud. मैं अगर इसकी जगह होता तो मैं नहीं फिल्म करता। एके वर्सेस एके मुझे ऑफर होती है और बोलता है कि भैया योर फादर इज देयर फिल्म एंड ही इज द हीरो ऑफ द फिल्म, और ये छोटा सा रोल करना है। मैं बोलता मेरे को फादर का रोल दो। You understand? So this is the way the younger generation is today. They are fearless, and at least he is, and which I admire, and I'm very proud of him. And so when we were shooting in Thar, एक दो suggestion मैंने दिए, but the suggestions were rejected. Yeah, मैंने बोला तू ऐसा कर, नहीं डैड ये गलत है। And then I said, अच्छा देख करके बता साले। Then किया, then he was right and I was wrong. So he did it in the way he believed was right. Then of course Satish was there. So Satish ने भी जब shot देखा तो मेरे पास, सर बात तो है। You know how it is. तो बात फैलती है, वो पता चलता है, और कोई भी चीज़ जो धीरे फैलती है उसका impact धीरे धीरे होता है। So that's what it is. So there is nothing very, कोई ऐसी बात नहीं थी, कोई नर्वसनेस नहीं, एंशियसनेस नहीं। आई जस्ट इंजॉयड वर्किंग विद हिम, एंड इट्स अ जैसे कि हम लोग शूटिंग कर रहे थे तो मैंने इसके बाल वाल देखे, मैंने उदयन को बोला, उदयन इज आवर सीईओ ऑफ द कंपनी, मैंने यार कोई हेयर ड्रेसर या कोई मेकअप क्या कैसा लग रहा है यार, मुझे बाल वाल ऐसे हैं और ये वो ऐसा वैसा। तो बोला यार बजट नहीं था। मेरा बजट नहीं था यार, मेरे से ले लेते पैसे। बोला नहीं यार, बोला नहीं वो बजट नहीं था, तो हमने सजेस्ट किया कि इसको कर ले। तो फर्स्ट डे जब वो हुआ तो अपना बाल और हेयर, तो फिर हर्ष ने बोला यार हटाओ यार, ना मेरे को हेयर ड्रेसर चाहिए ना मुझे मेकअप चाहिए। सो दिस होल फिल्म ही इज डन विदाउट अ हेयर ड्रेसर एंड देयर इज नो मेकअप मैन।
वाओ।
ना कोई हेयर ड्रेसर है ना कोई मेकअप है। सो दैट्स द वे टुडे जनरेशन इज, दे डोंट नीड दिस पैराफेर्नालिया एंड entourage and all। तो उसने किया है, तो व्हाट यू सी ऑन स्क्रीन, there is no hairdresser, there is no makeup। हम लोग सब बाल जरा बाल ठीक करना यार, कैसा लग रहा हूँ मैं, that kind of stuff, but that's what it is। Yeah,
nice। Yeah, can someone have a mic given to this gentleman?
Somebody asking?
Do we have someone that's that side? Okay.
Hi, Harsh. My question's for you. With this Netflix project, Thar, you're going to be debuting as a producer. How do you feel about this new role, and how has your experience been so far?
It kind of just happened by accident in a way where this film was supposed to be produced by Vikram Motwani. He called me about it in March 2018 when he was editing Bhavesh Joshi, and it was supposed to be a phantom film. That's when I met Raj for the first time. After that, the company dissolved. They all went their separate ways, and there was no phantom anymore. So I found myself in a situation where I was very new. I was only 2 films old. This was before Ray and AK versus AK. Raj was new as a director, although he had acted a lot before. And we had a really interesting script which was very different from what was being made even now. But imagine that like 4 years ago, there was the streaming thing hadn't really kicked off the way that it is now. So we went around for a year to several producers, and at that time it was supposed to be a theatrical film, and it was, it's quite. I don't want to say too much about the film, but it's not your traditional stereotypical Hindi film format film. So that was a difficult process. So we persevered for about a year. In that year, we ended up spending a lot of time together. We used to meet at my house every couple of weeks. We used to work on the script. And he knew that I was the protagonist now. So obviously, he started kind of interpreting the character in a slightly more unique, different way. It was unique to me in a way. And so through that journey, the process kind of started. And then I think it was 2019, and a producer came to offer me a love story. And I said, I'm not too interested in this type of thing, but I have a really good script. Why don't you read it? And he read it and he liked it. And he came on board at the time to do this film in a much smaller way than, what you're seeing now, But we were quite excited, and at that time, then we started kind of casting and trying to put it together. And then we spoke to Dad, after which we did a test shoot, what Satishji talked about briefly. We shot 3 scenes from the film. I'll tell you what the scenes are after you see the film. But we shot it for very nominal, almost no money. We shot it in Andheri, somewhere in a rented space. And 1 scene out of those 3 turned out quite well. So we started shopping that scene around, saying that, this is the script, this is the test shoot, I'm going to act in it, Raj is going to direct it, Anurag has helped write it. And that's when Netflix came on board. So by the time we had a funder, I had already been, Raj and I had been trying to do it for almost 18 months. Then we were supposed to shoot in 2020 March, because you can't shoot in Rajasthan in the summers, and then post the monsoons, it's too green, and we wanted more of a barren kind of landscape. So it was very seasonal in terms of when we could go. And then COVID happened. So this was right after the AK versus AK shoot. So he was busy every day, obviously, on set. I had a small role. I finished it, got into prep. That's when we signed Shreya to shoot the film, and Vasik came and all of that. And then we were all ready to go, and then we had to wait at home for another 10 months. So in those 10 months, then he got free. We both sat on the script a lot more. It, developed it a lot more. Then Netflix were very kind to us, because they gave us more of a leeway with the money that we could spend and how large really we could kind of make the film. And so for me, it's been 4 years. For him, it's been 8, a little more, 4 plus years. And it didn't, then obviously Netflix kind of had their own great ideas about the script. And so we collaborated with them. Then we went to shoot. Then there were challenges on set. We came back, we watched edits, we bettered things. So it's been incredibly educational, stressful, but in a very healthy way. And I don't only, I think acting is something I'm doing right now, and I'm really enjoying it. But for me, I don't think any of us should limit ourselves to saying, I'm only an actor and I'm going to be an actor for the rest of my life. I'm somebody that just loves films. So I want to do it all. Yeah. And there's no better way to learn than working with Vikramaditya Motwani, Vasan Bala, Rakesh, Om Prakash Mehra, Raj, Anurag Kashyap. These are the best minds in the business. So you have intimate experience with them as a leading actor and a producer. It's definitely going to enrich you in ways. And when I came on stage, Minnie asked me, about the producer thing. And it was honestly just to make sure that no external forces could kind of water down his vision, So yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, hello.
That's deep insight.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, my question. Hello.
There's a gentleman here.
Yeah. Hi, Harsh. Long time. Anil, sir, after a long time. My question is to Harsh. Harsh, just wanted to know how much liberty you took while working with living legend Anil Kapoor, because every actor's dream is to work with Anil Kapoor, and you have already in-house you have done. So how much liberty you took while sharing the screen?
Liberty
In acting?
in terms of no, I just, like I said, I think I was just focused on my job. Try not to get overwhelmed by the situation. And when you're in the scene, you have to think of the other person as the character in the film, and not the persona of the actor or the celebrity. And So I was just really focused on my role, really.
Fatima, question for you. While sharing screen with Harsh, how was your experience and chemistry with him and Anil Kapoor, sir?
बहुत ही बढ़िया मतलब अमेजिंग था बिकॉज आई लाइक आई सेड दैट ही इज़ वेरी कोऑपरेटिव वेरी सपोर्टिंग हज की बात कर रही हूँ पहले हाँ मतलब
Just to be clear.
नहीं पहले उनके बारे में तो ही इज़ बीन वेरी सपोर्टिंग एंड फॉर हिम टू बी एबल टू ब्रिंग दिस प्रोजेक्ट टुगेदर इज़ क्वाइट इनक्रेडिबल एट दिस यंग एज सो with him I've had a great time and with AK sir तो क्या बोलूँ मैं क्या बोलूँ what an aura and magical aura this man has he is incredible every time he would come on set no ऐसे there was this electrical boat मतलब volt क्या बोलते हैं उसको बोल्ट ही बोलते हैं हाँ वो and it's so infectious because the moment he would come in you would all feel एकदम एज इफ बहुत एनर्जी आ गई इवन लाइक व्हेन आई वाज लो आई वुड जस्ट स्पीक टू हिम एंड instantly I would feel good. So he has this incredible magical aura and I'm so glad that I got to share the screen space with him. So I'm very happy. And Satish ji and Jeetu ji and Raj, you also. I love you too.
Jitendra, my question is to you on your left. Yeah. So, all of us have loved you as Kartikar in Sacred Games. Your look is amazing in this one. Are you expecting the same kind of love to come towards you with Thar?
ऑडियंस से तो प्यार तब मिलता है जब पहले तो सेट पे जब आप काम करते हो तो आपके जो को एक्टर्स होते हैं और सेट पे काम करने वाले बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं साउंड